And in other news tonight, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio's police gun grabbing incident is under investigation with the criminal division of the Attorney General's office tonight. PNC met with the Lieutenant Governor in his office chambers this morning to get his official statement and find out more about what happened Saturday night. Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio readily admits to drinking alcohol the night he unholstered an unsecured service pistol from a police officer's belt. Were you drinking that night?
I did, yes, I had some beer.
Okay. How many beers did you have before the incident?
Maybe about 2 or 3.
Just 2 or 3?
About 2 or 3.
Although the quality of the footage is poor, this virally spread surveillance video shows a figure resembling Tenorio holding what appears to be a green beer bottle at the 6th annual barbecue block party in Pleasure Island last Saturday. Would you agree that alcohol and firearms are a bad mix?
You know, I apologize for what happened that night. I take full responsibility, but I was not intoxicated.
Another viral video from the block party shows someone looking like Tenorio being ejected from a cluster of people wedged between vehicles. But the lieutenant governor insists there was no scuffle between the policeman whose gun he had just unholstered and himself. Was there an altercation between the two of you?
Absolutely not.
Yet PNC is in reception of an unsigned police complaint from former Calvo Tenorio administration staffer Troy Torres, who tells a story altogether different from Tenorio's version of events, which says that Tenorio, as an experienced law officer, was just taking advantage of a teachable moment to ensure safety by grabbing the gun and giving it back. Torres states on July 7th, 2018, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio was visibly intoxicated when he approached GUAM Police Sergeant Carl Cruz, a veteran SWAT officer, and grabbed his firearm. Tenorio snuck up behind Sergeant Cruz, and once he grabbed the firearm, he pointed the muzzle of the loaded firearm at the officer. Sergeant Cruz was able to wrangle the firearm back from Tenorio and push him away with his elbow in the chest. Tenorio, clearly inebriated, continued to follow Sergeant Cruz, badgering him and saying, "Hey, let's do it again, let's do it again." Tenorio tried at least 2 more times to take the officer's gun. Torres goes on to state, "It should be noted that upon information and belief, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio may not have a valid firearms identification card, which is required under GUAM law to handle any firearm. It should be further noted that at the time this incident occurred, there were at least 6 individuals within the immediate vicinity of the area, which calls for 6 separate counts of reckless conduct." Complainant Torres suggested to News Talk K57 radio host Patty Arroyo this morning he hopes any cover-up is exposed and prosecuted.
Are the police sort of unified in their criticism of this, or do they feel like at some point, a couple of them told me they felt like they were thrown under the bus, that Cruz, the SWAT officer, was thrown under the bus in the lieutenant governor's comments?
When I heard him talk about Carl Cruz's revolver or whatever, his sidearm not being holstered correctly, I heard it, I knew it, that they were going to make this guy out to be the bad guy. His executive security detail has some sort of responsibility to say something or to have done something at that time, and I hope that in whatever investigation comes about, that anyone who is complicit in making this go away or trying to cover up the entire thing also is arrested.
I do apologize to the officer, to the officers who were there, and to the police force, the chief of police, and the governor of Guam, and the people of Guam for putting them in this predicament. I will take full responsibility for my actions, and I am not above the law.
The Attorney General's office says the incident involving the alleged taking of a police officer's official weapon by Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio will be thoroughly and independently investigated.